and welcome back to another episode of Generation Shock.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
That's right. We're back and we're better than ever. We're on all your screens, if you know what I means. And as always, my boy Messiah looking down at his phone. What else is new?
I try to repost it. That's what I try to do.
All right, so we got a great episode in store for you today. I'll be honest with you, we're gonna do a little free balling with it and just go off our hip. We do have a special guest who I'd like to introduce. It's the guy who likes to talk all the shit on the chat. We decided that if you're going to be able to view the show and you're willing to, we want to invite you an opportunity to come out on the show. So, Mr. Joe Biden, how you doing tonight? Go ahead if you want to say anything to the viewers. You know, let them know who you are a little better.
Thanks for having me. Really excited. Big fan.
Are you ready to make America great again? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, we fell from the graces these last couple of years.
Oh, yeah, it has been some rough times out there. As always, I got my PIC, my partner in crime. I am Messiah, rocking an LG hat today. You know, just for everybody to understand, he only rocks the shit he owns. So, right, the BMW hats were out there. I wish Nelly was here for this because he backed me up. This motherfucker in his living room over his fireplace got that 65-inch C1 LG posted up looking pretty.
Actually,
OLED.
It's a C8. I got the C1 in the game room.
My bad.
I got the C1 in the game room.
Excuse me. But anyway, so he's repping his brands that he paid.
Yeah, I get a free hat, bro. I was like, yo, you gotta let me have a hat.
First of all, that's some bullshit because I know where you got the TV and they didn't give you a hat when you bought it.
Yes. No, not when I bought it, but I went to the LG vendor. I'm like, yo, I love the hats. You gotta let me get one.
Yo, like, bro, let me get one of those so I can rep it on the show. Rep the brand. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, at some point. Oh, you know what? Dude, Messiah, take it away for a second because I got to go grab something real quick.
What are we going to talk about? The Warriors getting like winning and fucking this guy drunk all over the fucking place?
Go ahead. Talk about it. I'll be right back.
All right. So go ahead. Go. Leave.
I am. I was trying to think about how to turn off my camera.
Take it away. There you go.
Now?
Yeah.
Shit.
All right. My bad. I'm back. So anyway.
I think it was your fault, Check Monster. For some reason, he couldn't hear me.
Your mic's not on.
It should be on now. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but your mic's not on. I can hear you in the background. Now
you can hear me now? Oh,
now
okay. So for some reason, when you left, it fucking my whole shit just went poop. I don't know what it is.
I just want everybody to understand I am the catalyst of the show because if I'm not here, nothing works, I guess. I literally ran out because if my boy shows up on the show tonight, I got to give him a shout out. I'm not going to do anything though until I see he's on. But if my man Phoenix Born decides he's going to poke in tonight,
okay. I seen that. So so what I was talking to Joe Biden was like that Klay Thompson made a fool of himself, but and nobody has said shit about it. But when Tom Brady did it, people were just talking mad shit.
Yeah, you know the difference?
What's the difference?
And I'm going to throw it out here for you.
Throw it out.
People have sympathy for Klay Thompson. Nobody has sympathy for Tom Brady. And this is the reason.
Why do they have sympathy for Klay Thompson?
Klay Thompson was out of the game for 2 years now. There is a possibility this guy wasn't even to get back on the basketball court from his injuries. Like
what
literally,
injury did he have?
There was time he wrote out about mental health, depression. Like he literally talked about it through his things that he went through some really, really dark 2 years watching his team go out and do everything and not be able to perform with them. Now he didn't play great, but he's celebrating not just the victory and not about his play. Just the fact that he was able to play, period, to him was everything.
So that gave him an excuse to get drunk and act like a fool.
It's not that it gave him an excuse. It's because we have to understand you're not talking about what was the excuse did Tom Brady have to get drunk and act like a fool? right? It's not my point is this.
Being the GOAT.
My point is this. It's not about that. What I'm saying is the reason people aren't destroying him for it is because they get that he's laying off steam. To him, this is like, damn, dude, I didn't know if I'd ever be on the court again, more or less win a fucking championship, right? So they're sympathetic for his story. Now, if he would have been playing the past 3 years and never got injured, never went out, and he acted the way he did, people are going to fucking destroy him, I feel like. But because of what happened to him, people are like, you know what? Yeah, man, we get it. We're human. Dude, you literally went from the bottom of your life, the lowest point of your professional career that you could ever get to, questioning if you're ever going to get on the court again, to the pinnacle of winning a championship. So you went a little crazy. Who the fuck cares? Did you see him chuck that girl, though?
Yeah.
Dude, that motherfucker came running across, tripped, stumbled, and boom, laid
It seemed like he apologized, but then immediately walked away. And then the other guy, like his security, seemed like they care more because one of them stops and actually talks to her. Hey, I don't know what the fuck was said. It probably was, hey, are you doing okay? This and that, or hey, don't sue this motherfucker, whatever. So I don't know what it was said, but it's still not an excuse to me. I understand he went through some shit. But for you're still at a professional level where you ain't supposed to act like that.
Hey, you guys want to see the video? I can throw the video up. Biden, you want to see the video? Because I don't think you've seen it, have you?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me add the video into this. Screen share, window.
Yeah, I just thought it was one of those things that it was funny. Good thing nobody got hurt. But everybody all of a sudden just like felt sorry for him.
Watch this. Boom! He helped her up.
Yeah, and then he walks away, didn't give a fuck. You see the guy behind, he's actually the one that says, this is your feed. This is what you're looking. This is what
damn!
Your history is.
No, I forgot that it's still on there. First of all, I was trying to find the other video I wanted to show.
Okay, whatever.
This is GenerationShock, by the way, so I have no control over that feed. What did you think about that? What do you think, Biden? Do you think that he's excused for getting a little tipsy and having a good time after everything that happened to him, or do you think he should carry himself a little bit more like a professional?
I think he's rich and famous, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah,
so that's how you roll, though. You think if you got money and fame, you could just run the shit?
No, but they definitely get away with shit that normal people don't.
Oh, that
Facts.
I will agree with that.
That is true. That is true.
Money buys you a lot of stuff.
I mean, I don't know what they were talking about. More money, more problems. Because I feel like more money, more shit you get away with.
But for sure. I don't know. I haven't watched sports in years.
Really? You used to be a big sports guy. That's why I figured you would have followed a little bit.
Sports guy, but then when they started getting political, I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, I get it. All right. So
when they started flopping, I almost stopped. I actually haven't watched it into this year.
I don't get, like, I'm not huge into basketball, those sports, but like I'll tune in to check out like finals and stuff. Like I like it when like those sports, like, because they mean something. So I'll watch some of those, but I'm not into like, I don't watch everyday basketball, everyday baseball, anything like that. But I'll watch, like, I'm going to watch the postseason this year with the Yankees dominating everybody the way they are. So
they're up to fit.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm a Bills fan and a Yankees fan. I was, so that like I hear about it from my friends who still watch sports and shit. So it sucks that I'm not watching, but
dude, the Yankees this year especially, dude,
they're up to
like
50 wins already.
They're on record, like they're on track, and I know things can change, they always do, but they're on track that if they keep the pace they are now, they're going to win 120 games.
That's a lot.
There's a team that did it last year.
No,
the Dodgers. Didn't the Dodgers just do it?
The record is
right?
116.
But isn't it the Dodgers that did 116?
No, it was the Yankees in 1927.
Really?
So,
I thought the Dodgers had was it somebody had 120 already?
No, nobody's hit 120. That's like a benchmark that will never be. I don't think the Yankees are going to do it. I will say I give Judge credit though, because they were talking about him doing the home run derby, and he remembered what happened the last time he did it. He's like, I already did it once. I'm not doing it again. And you know why? Because the last time he did the home run derby, he was hot like he is now going into the home run derby. and then he just fucking lost everything after it. So I think he's feeling a little superstitious. He's like, I'm going to stay away from it this year. I'm not going to get involved so he can continue. Because remember, he's not on contract.
Right.
Like he's doing this, and like the Yankees might lose him because of how good he's doing, because they may not pay him. I agree. I hope not.
They're not. Yeah.
They didn't. Now, granted, they didn't pay Cano though, right? Now, granted, that was a good move.
Yeah, but Cano and Judge is two different people.
Yeah, Cano
I get it, but so
Judge is a fucking what? He's like what, six something outfielder.
So we talked a little bit about that. So other things in sports that are completely related, but we'll go ahead and hop into the other part of the topic. Basketball, right? So there's an owner that decided to revolutionize the industry of pharmaceuticals, right? And how the cost of distributing medicine out to the public for generic things. And so Mark Cuban went ahead and partnered up with, I don't know how to pronounce these names.
Well, just say Alexander.
And he created a new drug company, right? And this drug company is selling cheap pharmaceuticals through the internet. So go ahead, Messiah, talk a little bit about it.
Well, I can't read. You can read that. I can't read that. I need glasses to read that shit. That's how. All right.
So Mark Cuban cost plus drug company PBC is a fundamental changing the way pharmaceutical industries operate. As a public benefit corporation, our social mission of improving public health is just as important as the bottom line. So basically what they're doing is they're trying to take away from the pharmaceutical companies and saying, hey, look, there's literally no reason you're selling these medicines for the cost that you are. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut prices to bring things back down to life. So if you look, for instance, I don't know anything about these drugs because I don't take any. Well, at least any drugs that Mark Cubans going to sell me. I don't know anything about the pricing or anything like that. So, but they're supposed to be really inexpensive compared to others.
But if you think about it, right?
He's making a small profit.
Yeah.
Well, obviously he's making money off of this.
He's making some profit.
Well, he's doing the same thing. He's doing the same thing with Apple, right? Apple does. They take your money little by little, right? They take it's what, $7 for Apple TV. So they'll take it that way. They'll charge you what, $10 a month for Apple Music. So they'll make it that way because of how many users they're gonna have. So he's gonna make his money, or they're gonna make their money, even if it's in small increments to reach to the top level.
But Apple's a little different because what you're talking about with Apple is like their side hustle. Right?
Yeah,
now, I get it. This is his side hustle.
It is his side hustle.
One of his side hustles. He has many companies.
Yep.
So he's taking, as long as he's making a profit, it doesn't matter how small the profit is.
I
got thousands of companies,
So maybe that's the difference then, is that if you have enough money, you don't give a fuck about it. Because what I'm saying is Apple's nut is made off of the fucking markup, and you can't tell me they're not making money off my iPhone. Dude,
well, hell yeah.
They're making a fucking killing off that
hell
shit.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like Apple's like, oh, well, Apple, the whole thing about Apple, that they're smart. What they're doing is they're saying, hey, look, you want a really good streaming service that won't break the bank? You got to have an Apple product in order to do it. Right?
Yeah.
Which actually you don't even anymore. You know what Apple did? They partnered up with TVs, and now you can get Apple TV on a fucking Android TV.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy.
On a Roku stick, bro.
Yeah.
On a Roku stick. And on top of that, right? They because nobody mentions the R&D that gets done, right? The R&D, it's a lot of money that gets put behind that shit. So
what's even worse is, Apple right now has bought a stake in the MLB, and they actually have
and MLS.
MLB first.
Yeah, but finish. Okay.
And they actually have baseball games right now that are exclusively on Apple. Apple is now the exclusive rights owner to the MLS as well. So now Apple is going to be showing soccer for the United States on their platform. And there's rumors Apple is trying to buy into the NFL. Apple is trying to get into the streaming world in the same way Disney and Amazon have done it. Now, Amazon, their competitor, one of their major competitors at least, has exclusive rights to the NFL now, where they are getting every Thursday night game. So Apple is trying to figure out a way. Well, and the rumors are DirecTV's contract for the Red Zone or for NFL Ticket is up, and Apple's going to go after it.
Yeah. Well, think about those prices that you have on the screen right now, right? Since to get back to the medicine, because this is something that they tried to try to do before, right? They the government try to get involved in a sense of, hey, let's the markup on these pills and all these shits are ridiculous. We got to figure out a way to stop that. Because it was tried before. That shit was they tried that before, but they didn't accomplish.
Real quick, before you say anything, real quick.
Yeah.
Am I looking at some of these prices right? Is it albendazole? I can't pronounce these, but the second one in, is that retail price real? It says $437.
Yeah.
For $33.
Yeah, bro.
The one next to it with an M is priced out at, it looks like it says $940. We're talking about $32.
Yep.
But
I think what they're also selling is generic, right? They're not selling
generic.
Yeah.
But who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
it does the same thing, right?
Mm. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. so I'm assuming it does.
Listen, we know you're not a scientist.
So, I mean, but think about it. That's the big difference, right? A huge difference from $300 to $32.
Saving
Big
lives.
Pharma makes a lot of money.
Saving lives out there, though. That's what they're doing. They're out there saving lives.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? So,
Mark Cuban.
yeah, I mean, at this point, that's what he's doing. Listen, if you're putting those things in a form that's affordable, there's really no negative.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? There is really no negative.
You know what I'm waiting for? Because I sometimes believe in conspiracy theory that there'll be some shit coming out about him, and it's gonna probably destroy his persona and his credibility. Because if he's really gonna go that route against a drug company, shit, there's a lot of people that's gonna lose a lot of money. A lot of money, bro. And when you fuck around with people's money, shit happens.
You know, it's funny when you talk about that. I know we talked about it a little bit already, but we're talking about that Live Tour, and the PGA, right? So Brooke Koepka just signed with the Live Tour. He's leaving the PGA, and the PGA suddenly out of nowhere found $75 million. This is what I laugh about this whole thing. Found $75 million to start 3 new tournaments with a $25 million purse each, and somehow came up with the ability to create 3 new tournaments worth $75 million somehow out of nowhere.
They're nonprofit.
Who's nonprofit?
The PGA Tour.
No, it's not.
Look it up. It is a nonprofit.
Are you fucking shitting me? Do you know they were talking about it? They make $24 billion.
The executives do, maybe not the players. Look how small those purses are.
That's the problem. That's the argument, right? Is that why are they bashing the Live Tour when these motherfuckers are making $24 billion from endorsements, and these companies that are endorsing them are being funded by the Saudi Arabia government, which is everybody with the problem everybody has. And yet these fuckers can't even fucking take care of their air travel and their hotels to play in these tournaments. Not even the purses. They tell them you got to pay. Listen, you got to pay your own flights. You got to pay your own hotels. You got to pay for your own food. We will do nothing. What sport do you know that you're literally told we will finance nothing for you? You have to pay it all on your own.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Crazy.
I didn't know that. I thought the people that played golf were being taken care of
by their sponsors, not by the league.
Ooh, so it's like the Olympics.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So you're telling me you think an Olympian pays for his plane ticket to go to the Olympics?
The sponsors pay for it.
No, the country pays for it.
Yeah, and if they win, they get a purse. That's it.
Yeah,
but everything else is covered by the sponsors.
No, not in the Olympics. In the regular, when their point to train up to the Olympics is paid for by sponsors.
Yeah,
but the Olympics themselves are paid for by the
US
but the
Olympics
government.
Is every 4 years, so those 3 years are being covered by sponsorship.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But we're talking about this. But that person makes the choice to make their career that, and they're making a spot. But the golf's a little bit different. Golf is not. You can't expect the government to completely. Well, I mean, even the government funds them to a certain degree through their training programs. They're not paying for training
as long as As long as they're
right?
they're being as long
Like,
as
you
they
gotta pay for your
they
caddy,
remain
you gotta pay for your
competitors.
trainer, you gotta pay for everything. Listen, the PGA gives them nothing.
That's kind
Basically
of
say
fucked
fuck
up.
you.
That's kind of fucked up. And there's more. There's PGA and there's they have more than one, right? Golf company. Or
No,
is it
that's the
just
point.
tournament? Oh, it's just the one league, different tournaments.
Correct.
Okay.
That's the
And
point.
then and then so the players cover all that?
They cover every single bit of it. So here's the thing: if you go and you don't make the cut, you just spent money for nothing.
But let me ask you this: what's the smallest purse you can get?
My point is, though, if you don't make the cut, you
don't make money at all.
That's my
at
point.
all? None.
That's what I just said.
So let's say you
don't
make the final
cut,
round.
listen.
Let's say you make the final round.
No, my point is, what about the people not making the final round? You're talking about you're going out and you're golfing for 2 days. So you're paying for airfare. You're paying for lodging. You're paying for your caddy to do all this. You're paying for food. All of this stuff for 2 days. You don't make the cut. You get $0. You get nothing.
Damn.
Now, remember, you're not just there for 2 days. You have to be there a couple days early to prepare for that match, right? So you're thinking about all those costs that are incurred. They get $0 for that. Nothing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No
That is
guaranteed
crazy.
money, no nothing. Like, dude, the contract, like, there's no
So now all of a sudden $75 million appeared. That's what you're saying?
my point is, you don't have money to pay players, but all of a sudden you have money for 3 more tournaments. $75 million out of nowhere
Look
just
up what
appears.
their-
What was that?
I said, look up what their executives make.
Oh, I don't even want to know. It's probably stupid.
But yeah,
That's
it's not
fucking-
rotten. I checked that out too.
That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Well,
So
just like that, just like college sports, it's gonna have to change.
that's what Phil Mickelson said. The reason why he joined that organization, he's like, dude, it's not a, people don't understand. It's not about the money for me. I did it
It's a little
in
bit about
order.
money.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit about the money.
Yeah.
But
It's
my
a
point
little
is,
bit about-
my point is though, Phil Mickelson out of anybody on that tour doesn't need the money. His sponsorships, his legendary, like he's a legend. He don't need the money, just like Tiger don't need the money. He's a legend in the game of golf. He's a one of a kind, but he doesn't like the way that the PGA runs the business. So he said, I am going over here in order to enact change. Yeah, the money's a bonus, but that wasn't the driving force for him to do it. He wants to force the PGA to change the way they run their business in order to help future golfers. And
You think that's gonna happen?
Give him credit. Huh?
Do you think that's gonna happen? The PGA is
Absolutely.
gonna change?
They already did. They already guaranteed 73 tournaments for $25
Yeah,
million
but there's a difference though. These guys got paid. Like Phil Mickelson got what, 200 million
Yeah, for doing nothing. Yeah.
for doing nothing, just to be probably a captain of the team, whatever. Because remember, it's all played by team. So the PGA is not doing that.
Yeah. But I think
They're giving out big purses. I get that. They're giving out big
There'll
purses.
be changes
They're
made.
not even big purses when you compare them to that LIV.
No, no,
Yeah, I know.
$4 million for the winner.
Yeah,
That's
they can't
fucking
do
crazy.
That. That's an unlimited bank account over there.
Yep.
I mean,
That's
they probably
fucking
could
crazy.
if they wanted to. They just choose not to because, like you
Well,
said,
that means the CEOs has to top, or whoever's running the program has to take a big cut. And then once you get used to that money, they
I
don't
know,
take
it's
it.
hard.
They don't draw back. They don't draw back.
so.
So that's
All
fucking
right,
crazy.
Biden, I want to open it up to you, man, because I know you've been watching for a while. I'm sure you have some things you want to go after me on, or maybe Mazai on. What's something you want to talk about, man? Like because you've made a comment in the past that you think my opinions might not be 100.
Right?
Yeah. So like, what is it that's been irking you the most? Let's go ahead. Let's open the platform up and let you just
Well, the first time I watched it, you did the fuck out of here, and I mean, I didn't care about the show. I was indifferent to it one way or the other. But then you started going off on my governor, America's governor, calling him a piece of shit, saying he was ruining the state. And I was just I wanted you to back that up a little.
Dude, he's a horrible human being, a dirtbag of an individual.
Go ahead.
Dirtbag of an
Explain
individual.
yourself.
Well, he's going after so first of all, he doesn't like the gays. He doesn't like people who like this is what era are we living in? So like, was he the governor when
he just had the flags flown at half staff for the people at Pulse.
Yeah, but that's just like a political thing. Like the fact that he's doing the shit with Disney and going after them. Like I just feel like that's gonna come back on me, right? So like that whole Disney shit, I'm the one who's gonna end up paying for it. Those taxes, not Disney.
Taxes aren't gonna go up.
Huh?
They said taxes are not gonna go up.
Taxes aren't gonna go up, but do you think if Disney all of a sudden has to pay back taxes for the past 20 years, which is like $1 billion or some shit, you don't think we're gonna pay for it?
Oh, I didn't hear that they got to pay all those back taxes. I just heard they're just gonna have to start paying taxes.
So maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe I thought I heard somewhere they had to do back tax. But even if they don't,
their taxes. SeaWorld pays their taxes. You know what I mean? Like everything runs fine. Why does Disney need to have all these exceptions? And Disney messed up when they went after DeSantis over that bill, which was they made up.
Well,
the bill says nothing about gay people.
Did they go after him, or were they pressured to go with what everybody wanted, as far as, hey, Disney's not, because remember, Disney didn't say anything. They stood out of it until all of a sudden they were receiving pressure from the citizens, and their employees about, hey, how come you ain't doing nothing about it? You're one of the biggest companies here. And then they felt the pressure, and then all of a sudden they say, okay, we're gonna do something about it. And they just what was it? They were going against the bill. So then DeSantis came in and say, wait a minute, what the fuck? Who are you?
Do you guys know the actual name of the bill? Like they're calling it the "Don't Say Gay" bill, but do you know the actual name of it?
No, I don't know. I don't know the actual name. I did look it up. I can't remember it though.
The Parental Rights and Education Bill.
That's right. Because
it doesn't mention gay one time in it.
Yeah, it has to do with not talking about certain things, not
correct at a certain age group.
Yeah, they didn't specify what things. You're right. It just said we don't want to talk about certain things.
Correct. You cannot bring up sexual scenarios or talk sexual identities or that to kids that are 3rd grade and under.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, it should be even higher than that. Like, first of all, why do kids need to be known about sex at 3rd grade anyway?
Well, let me ask you this, because I'll be honest, I'm naive because number one, I don't have kids, so it's been a long time since I was a kid. What age is a 3rd grader?
6. No, 9.
It's like 8,
9,
8 or
9.
Okay, so I would agree with you on that part. I will say I do think that's a little young to really start.
It is young, and I agree. And I agree. 9 and 8 and 9 is young.
So here's the thing.
That's all the bill said.
We should keep it. The thing is, we should keep it the way that I grew up, right? And this is just my opinion. I grew up. I didn't hear about that shit in school until 5th grade.
Right.
5th grade was when we heard about it, and we had a seminar, and I will never forget it. It was dude.
But your parents had to sign a paper for you to even attend it.
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't know.
Yeah, your parents I remember that. I remember that shit. You had to get permission
next to you.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But I remember we went into the auditorium and they're talking about it, and I remember they're like, "Do you have questions?" And dude, like, there's certain things as a kid that stick out in your mind. It's hilarious. And there's this kid called Bo Byers, and this motherfucker literally says out in front of the entire class, "What's it mean to pop a girl's cherry?" And dude, we all just start dying laughing. None of us knew what the fuck it meant, but we all started laughing.
I'm not sure what it means.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, who knows?
No, but I mean, is that the only reason you hate? Well, like I said, the left started calling it the "Don't Say Gay" bill, and then Disney got mad at it. Like, there's even there's billboards now. There's one on 429. I saw one somewhere else that say it's okay to say gay. Like that bit, like nothing. There was no wording like that even in the bill.
So the reality is, I'll be honest. I'm an independent. I'm an independent. Okay, I view myself as independent.
I'm center.
Yeah, I don't feel like because I don't like party lines. I'll be honest. I'm not a party line person, right? I think that there's a lot of problems with Democrats, and I think there's a lot of problems with Republicans. And I think the problems is people will blindly follow something because of the party line. And I don't like that. I will base you off of the information in front of me and what I believe in. That's how I like to make my educated decisions. Now, I will say, am I completely against DeSantis? No, because you know why? In all reality, I don't know exactly everything he stands for. So I'm not going to sit there and lie to you.
But you dogged him.
Dogged him. Do you know who he beat?
Who?
You know who we could have had instead?
Don't say Bush again.
No. The guy who ran against him and lost, name is Andrew Gillum. And after he lost,
I've heard that name before.
He was found in a hotel room doing crack with a gay transvestite.
That's where.
Yeah, that's what
I
happens when you lose, man. You go down a spiral of
you lost by
shit.
40,000 votes because people like you don't pay attention.
First of all,
that's where I heard the name.
That's the point. I don't vote for people unless I'm informed.
We could be looking like California right now with all that crime and shit. DeSantis is your daddy, bro.
Hey, listen, if they're going to legalize marijuana, I'm all for it. Let's go. But that's not a whole nother topic.
Card here.
Huh?
You can get a card here.
You can get a card, but it's dude, listen, you're going from one drug dealer to another, bro.
You're fine.
You know how expensive that shit is?
What's that? Getting arrested or the actual weed?
The cards.
Oh yeah.
You're extorted, dude. You're worse.
I didn't know any of this. Like I didn't know that you actually have to pay to get medical marijuana card.
Here's the fucked up game. The license you get from the state is for a year, but you have to pay your doctor every 7 months. Why the fuck do I got to go every 7 months to pay a doctor if my license lasts for a fucking year? Dude, it's a fucking scam.
How about you want to know a bigger scam? How come I got to pay to carry a weapon when it's my right? That's crazy. That's the only right.
But what do you mean? What do you mean pay to carry a weapon? You talking about the license?
You really want to go down this rabbit hole? You really go down this rabbit hole?
Concealed carry license to carry a weapon.
Oh,
yes. Okay. But here's my thing, right? If
That's
we're going to go down this rabbit hole, I'm not saying you shouldn't have the right to do it. What I'm saying, though, is if you're going to sit here and try to bullshit me with that bullshit excuse of it's an amendment, that the constitutional amendment that was given to me to the right to bear arms, that's bullshit. Because here's the thing I hate.
No, it's not an amendment, it's the Bill of Rights.
The Bill of whatever. Here's the problem. All of that's bullshit, right? It's all bullshit. None of it, because it was all written 200 years ago. 200 years ago, you needed to bear arms. You needed the right to have those guns because there was an oppression keeping you from doing it, to keep you from standing up against an oppressive government, right? But we're not, and I'm not saying we don't have an oppressive government, but there has to be a limit to what we're doing with gun control. There has to be gun control. Okay, I'm sorry, because we don't live in the same world we did 200 years ago. The amendments and the rights and everything they made 200 years ago do not apply to today's terms and today's life, and they need to be changed to fit what we're living in. I'm sorry. Fucking George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, they didn't mean these things to be done so kids can go grab guns and shoot up fucking schools and people bitch and say, well, it's my right to have these arms and to do this shit. That's not what it was designed for. It was designed to prevent us from tyranny. Okay, if we have tyranny, I'm not saying that, but do you need 30 guns, AK fucking automatic rifles, all that shit like AKs? Do you need that?
Do I need, you don't need anything, but it's my right to have it. And I'll tell you what,
I disagree. I think you do need a certain amount of guns.
Let Biden speak, bro.
Well, okay, go ahead.
The fact that we're able to bear arms is one of the reasons America will never be invaded.
So that's my point, though. I agree. We do need. Let me finish. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Just one.
I do agree with you with one point. We do need. I do believe there is a need to have weapons. Now, take it from somebody. I don't own a gun. I'll be honest with you.
Self-defense. There's a need right there.
Let me finish. That's why I'm trying to agree with you and disagree with you at the same time. I don't own a gun.
Don't disagree with me.
I don't own a gun. I've never shot a gun. But do I believe that you deserve the right to own a weapon, and maybe a couple? Sure. I don't disagree with that. I do believe, because you're right, there is a time like this. History repeats itself. And regardless if it's our government or another government, you deserve the right that if somebody tries to invade your home, you have the right to protect yourself. Right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is there's a misuse of that right when you have 40 weapons. You as a human being cannot operate 40 weapons. You cannot operate, like, there's not a need for an audit. Like, there's certain things that there's just not a need for, in my opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there has to be a limit to what
this country is good at is having an abundance of fucking everything. Right?
That's the problem.
This is a country that consumes.
We don't have an abundance of shit right now. We don't have an abundance of baby formula. We ain't got an abundance of gas. We ain't got an abundance of money.
I get that. We're going through a period.
Listen, but you know,
we're going through a period.
Losing weight out there.
Yeah, we're going through a period that
fat fucks out there running the world.
We're going through a period that's not, the abundance is not there. But this is a period of time in history. Everybody goes through that. Now, to go back to what you said about being invaded from other countries, the country is prepared for that.
The point I was trying to make. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
You know why?
Because the country is prepared. Because it's the reason why. Well, there's Coast Guards, there's the Navy, there's all that. We have
all that place. Because here's the thing. That's the thing I will argue with him about. The weapons will never be about somebody invading us, and here's why. Right? We're strategically in a position that it's physically impossible to invade us.
No, I mean, listen. I'm not saying countries are looking at us going, "Oh man, the people are armed." Like, listen, our
no. My point is that there's no way that if we're ever attacked, it's never going to be from a ground invasion. If we're attacked from air assaults and things like that. Why? Because we're on an island. Think about it, right? You got Canada and you got Mexico, and that's the continent. It's not like Europe. Right? Like what's going on in Europe where you can invade countries because you're connected to them. The only way we're going to have invasions is if the states decided to invade each other. Right? That's the only real way.
About seceding.
Huh?
Texas just recently talking about seceding.
They've talked about that, I feel like, every 5 years. But I will agree with you.
Well, it's one of the few states that can survive on its own. That has all the economic difference.
I don't think weapons are important because I don't think that about the invasion part. I think weapons are legitimate. And I think you have a right to own them because you know what can happen, and this is the reality of it. The government could easily go corrupt.
And you think,
go corrupt?
No, I'm trying to be polite.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah,
we've been there.
But my point is, but if we put back in Trump, you think we're no longer corrupt?
But here's my thing, though. But here's my thing. But here's my thing, though. If because everybody talks about that. Well, most people's battle is, well, I have my weapons ready just in case the government decides to take over. If the government wanted to take over, given the military power it has, it would do it. So there's nothing that a civilian.
That's not true.
Yes, it would.
So then why didn't England win?
I thought about the United States as far as the military power the United States have.
Well, this is what you don't understand. That power is by people. You think every government agent, every government person is going to blindly follow?
They're not going to do that. And I get that. And I strongly
listen, we could listen. There's enough people on this continent that can stand up and take down our government. If we wanted to take down our government today, we could take down our government.
If we went to war, we would with the government. We could win at least for the first month. We have a lot of our resources scattered.
Yeah, but
I mean, we'd have to change the way we do things.
If that was the case, if that was the case, there would have never been a civil war.
No, the most important reason to have a weapon is
that's the point, though. There was a civil war because the people can face the government. That's why there was a civil war. The people have the power to stand up to the government.
And the people that faced the government lost.
Do you know? No.
The South was defeated. The South was defending the rights, the rights to own the slaves.
Exactly.
Besides the North did too.
Manpower. You lost because you were enslaving people. If you're not enslaved,
but there was that war. There was a civil war because of that. It was the people against the government.
But the South would have won if they would have handed their slaves, and they would have said,
exactly. If they would have done that, but that didn't happen.
Okay, but we don't have slaves today, do we?
No.
So there's nobody we're oppressing. So if everybody stood up together against the government, we could overthrow the government. We could.
I don't know.
We're gonna get shut down now for talking about overthrowing the government.
I know, right? We're gonna get flagged.
Not for it is for tyrannical government, but I mean mostly. I mean, I have mine for self-defense and home defense.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Be able to protect myself. So
and that makes sense.
Be able to have a weapon.
All I can say is this: if we could have fucking a bunch of crazy people storming Capitol Hill.
Yeah, let's talk about this too.
Taking over Capitol Hill. You're telling me we couldn't overthrow the government? The government's going to sit back and be like, hold on.
There's a difference.
Wait, you're white? Hold on. You're white? You can overthrow us. Oh, you're black? No, you can't.
But there's a difference, though.
What?
Yeah, there's a difference. Here's the difference. January 6th when it happened, the reason why nothing happened as far as the government defending itself, one, because it's still in a political state. Like if all of a sudden all shit breaks loose, the government's gonna defend itself,
Bro,
and it's gonna start shooting back.
Bro, they knew that was gonna. They knew that was.
Of course they did. Of course they did. They were warned.
They incited that, and then if you don't think that the people could have taken over the Capitol,
oh yeah, they could have.
I mean, they
of course they could have.
Like they didn't because they're peaceful. Of course, there was a couple crazy idiots there, but for the most part, that was a peaceful crowd. You see videos. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos. There's videos. In fact, the guy just got acquitted because there was video of police letting them in, opening the door, moving the gate, waving them to come in.
But that's my point. So that's my point about what that brings. Thank you, because you just made my point when I said earlier about could the people overthrow the government? You had government agents saying we are on the side of the people, right?
Where?
So that's what, huh?
Who was saying that? Nobody there. None of those Capitol police.
Why would they let them in? Why would they let them in then?
Because they wanted this shit to happen to where it looked like a riot happened and they stormed the Capitol.
So they're agreeing with the people. Why would they want a riot though? Why? So unless they're on the side of the people and they're like, we agree with you, so why were we going to stop you?
No, they were told to let. There's videos of guys. Pelosi knew had a kind of a.
So you're saying this is a conspiracy in order to make Trump look bad?
100%.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, this bad specifically, no, to make the right.
You don't need a conspiracy for that. You don't need a conspiracy
to
make Trump look bad. He makes himself look bad.
Yeah, like I mean, I think they tied that into it, but I don't think that's what they were specifically trying to do. But I think
you're saying they did this to allow the Republicans to look bad since the Democrats were trying to take over.
Bro, have you seen these January 6th hearings this charade they're throwing right now?
I have not seen those hearings, and I've not seen that charade. But
it's a literal joke, bro.
Can I tell you though, all hearings are jokes. And I know it's a different
happen out of this. There's no criminal things that can happen out of this. They're doing it as just a show to try to get people to hate Trump.
Okay, so let me explain why I agree with you. I agree with you, even without talking about it. There's a set of hearings going on right now against Dan Snyder and the NFL. Okay, and today was the first day of hearings with the Senate.
Who's Dan Snyder?
He's the owner of the Washington Commanders.
Is he the guy about the January 6th? He got fined for $100,000.
No,
that was a coach on that team.
Okay.
Yeah. This is about there's reports that he allowed and he himself, not just his organization, he himself have sexual misconduct with women employees. So the Congress decided to investigate and hold a hearing. So literally this entire hearing so far, first of all, Dan Snyder said, yeah, guys, I'm on vacation in France.
Involved in that?
Huh?
Is that Congress's job to get involved in that?
Well, hold on. So that's the point, right? So number one, Dan Snyder's like, hey guys,
Donald Trump got involved. Wait, Donald Trump got involved when Kaepernick was kneeling. He did it.
But there wasn't an investigation.
But he got involved.
No, we're not, there's difference. There's a difference.
I know, but he said it was the government's job to get involed.
No, making comments about an issue and personally
you're right.
They didn't make money to investigate are two way different things. There is no taxpayers' money investigated in Kaepernick. We are literally spending our money that we pay to our government right now is being paid to these senators who are literally having a hearing with Roger Goodell. And hold on, Dan Schneider said, I'm on vacation in France and I'm in my yacht. I don't have access to be on this call. And completely said, fuck you to the U.S. government. Dan Schneider did this. Swear to God. So the U.S. literally 8 senators to start this show off said, this is how we're going to spend our money? This is how the taxpayers, why are we here? Is this relevant? We have
steroid hearings.
Huh?
Same thing, like the steroid hearings.
Thank you. That's what we're talking about, right? They're literally talking about all this shit that is is this even relevant? What are we doing with our country?
Our money is the one that gets used to pay those fucking stadiums, to build those stadiums. It's the taxpayers' money that pays for
not all of it.
Because there's a big portion that comes. That's actually all of it comes from taxpayers' money.
Mic. You guys keep going. I got to
all
step
right,
off the
just
mic.
don't disconnect because then it disconnects me. So there's a huge. Actually, taxpayers are the ones who pay to build the stadiums. None of it comes from the actual owners of the teams. None of it. So when they want to do a proposal, when they wanted to build a new stadium, all of it comes from fundings from the government, which the government uses the actual taxpayers' money to build it. And on top of that,
nothing is government funded. Everything is funded.
Everything's come from us. And on top of that, we got to pay for fucking tickets, and everything is fucking.
No, so hold on. First of all, not all, there are some of these stadiums are being paid for. Some of these stadiums are being paid for by private contractors. By the owners.
No, fucking no. All is paid by people, bro. Everything is paid by the people.
Listen, Chicago just bought multiple acres out of Chicago, and that was all privately purchased. None of it was by the city.
You know why? But you know why?
Hold on. What did you say, Biden?
I said Chicago got way bigger problems to worry about than stadiums. World.
Yeah, and actually the crime capital of the world is not Chicago.
No,
the city.
I'm just exaggerating.
Oh, okay.
It's probably shithole of a town, Boston. That's a fucking crime capital.
It's not Boston either.
Shitbirds, they live there. Fucking bunch of fucking losers.
Chicago has a lot of deaths.
They do,
but gang deaths.
So the stadiums, the private company that bought the land to build it, what did they buy the land for? To build a stadium?
Yes.
Okay, but they bought the land. This is the smart thing. They bought the land to build the stadium, but who's going to pay to build the stadium? Who's going to pay for the lease? We are.
No, they are.
No, fuck no. Hell no.
Hey, hold on. Let me ask you something. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Who built the stadium in Dallas? Jerry Jones or Dallas?
Emmett Smith.
Facts.
That's actually pretty funny. But no,
and Troy Aikman.
Who built it? Jerry Jones or is it Dallas?
Dallas.
Jerry Jones.
No, he but
money than Dallas.
Hold on. Do you know how much he collects every home game?
No, I don't. How much?
$77 million.
That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's what? Eight home games.
8 home. Well, yeah, at least 8. $77 million. Here's the thing.
Per game.
Per game. Do you know why?
Damn.
Because Jerry, what they're trying to do is they're trying to get away from city paid. The NFL is trying to show owners, if you get away from the cities paying for your franchise, for your stadiums, you can build a complex, not just a stadium, an entire complex. So if you ever go to Dallas Stadium in Jerry World, you're not just going to a stadium. There's hotels, there's restaurants, there's shopping malls. Guess what? Dallas,
he owns everything, probably.
The Cowboys own all of it.
Yeah, but how many Jerry Jones are out there?
My point is, Chicago says we're trying to do the same thing. We're trying to create an experience
with the Bears, though.
I get it.
They have loyal fans.
I get it. But my point is, they bought all this land because they're not just trying to build a stadium. They're not building a stadium. They're building an experience. You know who's one of the greatest franchises who they talk about who has an experience?
You know who doesn't have an experience?
Who?
Bill Belichick, because he has rings instead.
No, that's my point. You're exactly wrong. The Patriots. The Patriots own Patriot Way.
They do.
And guess what Patriot Way is? What? The shopping plazas, the restaurants,
the parking lots,
hotels,
and the parking lots.
If you go and watch a Patriot game, you never have to leave their complex. So if you decide you're to go to the Patriots game, you can fly in, you can stay, eat, shop, and go to the game and never rent a car the entire time.
Because you're fucking broke after that.
Well, yes. But my point is that's what everybody's trying to create. Is the Patriots are doing it. The Patriots are one of the teams that own everything.
But that's Robert Frost. I mean Robert Kraft.
I get it. But my point is, you're telling me these
because you know how he bought the Patriots, right? You know how he bought the Patriots?
Who fucking cares?
He bought the parking lot
he
first.
Cheated
no, he bought the parking lot first because they didn't want to sell him. They didn't want to sell him the team. He's like, okay, don't sell me the team. I'll buy the parking lot. No, because he didn't borrow money from Trump.
No, he borrowed money from the Saudis, just like Live Tour.
Hey, like you said, right? It doesn't matter where the money comes from.
Anyway, on that note, it's time. I gotta fuck out of here. You guys gotta.
Yeah, but wait, we still have the memes. We're not doing the memes.
Oh shit, let's do the memes. All right, yeah, the memes.
Because if we don't do the memes, Nelly will be pissed.
All right, here we go. So go ahead, Messiah. Talk about the memes.
All right, so when you go to the bathroom to look at memes, so there's a picture of
what you're saying is when you sit on the shitter and look at your phone.
Yeah, so 1 hour poop.
Nelly, you're a bitch ass motherfucker for not being on the show. You're a bitch ass motherfucker for this weak ass memes. Go ahead. What's the next one?
Okay, there's a meme, right? It says after doing the bare minimum, and then it shows
Messiah. That is fucking Messiah.
This
motherfucker does nothing with his life.
It shows a lady just laying down sleeping.
Hey, honestly, you know what my favorite part about this entire picture is?
What?
There's a nip.
Oh, is there? Oh, I didn't. There is. I can see it now.
Yeah, you can see the nip. Anyway,
so there's a picture of Steve Harvey with Mr. Potato Head, and it says, "Stop sending me this shit."
Steve Harvey literally put on his account that he's tired of getting the comparisons between him and Mr. Potato Head. Dude, it took you 50 minutes to figure out how to reordinate your phone. Look at how about that? God damn it, Biden.
Now we're podcasting.
Oh my goodness.
I like this one. This is funny. What are these? I don't even know what vegetable this is.
I don't know what it is, but I didn't read that, but that's actually fucking that's so hilarious.
When you're just chilling naked with the bae after sex, and it shows.
You gotta understand, this is like a radish or like some kind of radishes or something, white radish or something, and it's literally like it's got this leg spread with a penis looking thing, and the other one has the legs crossed. It looks like a vagina. This shit's hilarious.
Do you guys only believe in two genders, or are there more to you guys?
Wait, what?
Are there only two genders, or are there more to you guys?
I believe in two genders, but but that's just my own opinion.
Okay. What about you?
I reserve the right to not answer the question based on people in my life that may or may not take offense, and I'm not looking to do that. God forbid they watch the show.
Nobody watches.
But here's my thing, though. Like, you have the right to have an opinion.
Yeah.
I know I have the right to have an opinion, but if I have people I love who may disagree with that opinion, why do I need to voice it?
Then you have a conversation with the person you love.
Yeah.
There's certain people in life I just don't want to have that conversation with.
Okay.
Like, it's just not worth it. There's certain, like I've learned at my age, like, listen, I believe in a lot of things, right? I've also learned that some of my beliefs I need to keep to my fucking self, right? Like,
but here's my thing though, right? Just like a person has the right to bear arm, you also have the right to feel however you fucking want to feel, what makes you happy.
Okay,
but
so
don't force that on me. But don't force that on me.
So there you go. What did you say? I have the right to feel it. Does not mean I have the right to vocalize it, right?
Why not?
Because if you can't,
we ain't talking shit about anybody. But we ain't talking shit about anybody.
All we said it
was a simple question.
Hold on. So if your wife feels a certain way about something, you're gonna literally start shit by vocalizing to go against her about the way she feels, even if you don't agree, or you just keep your mouth shut.
That your wife feels, you're only allowed to agree with your wife?
No, I'm not saying that. But is it worth your marriage to not? Like, are you?
Listen, if your marriage is that fragile, then you shouldn't be in that marriage.
But no, hold on. We're talking about big issues, right? Gender is a big issue. So you're saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's not okay for you to feel that way, but you absolutely feel the need to disagree with that loved one. So if your wife decides that she does not want to identify as a female and you disagree with her, are you to stop loving her?
Wait a second, Checkman. Wait a second.
That's what I'm saying. That argument doesn't make any sense.
If your wife decides that she wants to identify as a they,
I'm leaving her. If my wife wants to identify as a dude, I'm leaving.
No, hold on. No, I didn't say as a man. Because we're saying we're getting away from two genders. Your wife identifies as a they, not male, not female.
Bro,
you're talking about pronouns?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. You said identify. You said, do you identify with the one or two, male or female? What if you identify as neither? So if your wife says, I'm not changing anything. I will not live my life any different. I just do not want to be identified as a female.
Then
you're going to change the way you feel about her?
The only two options for a sonogram are male or female. They don't go. They don't look at your wife's belly and go, "Oh, look at that! It's a little they."
So once again, on the way. Once again, I don't disagree with what you're saying. I just said I reserve the right, based on people in my life, not to comment on this topic.
You can say whatever. You don't have to comment on anything if you don't.
Well, my point was though is that if there's somebody that's close to you who may not identify as neither male or female, does it make it wrong for you to say, okay, I choose not to have a point of interest in this topic vocally? You know what I mean? Now listen, I have an opinion. We all have opinions. I believe what I believe, but it doesn't mean I'm going to vocalize it if I have other people who I care about who choose to be different than me.
Well, you want to hear something funny? Read the meme.
When you and your homie are arguing about something and Google search confirms your intellectually dominance. That's me. Yes, that is always me. I am absolutely
that meme was perfect with the topic we're talking about. Oh, this is crazy.
Oh, that's hilarious. It looks like she's shitting out a smoothie.
Yeah.
What happened with all those cows that died in Kansas? Y'all see that?
No.
Oh, the milk just made me think of that. There's I want to say like 2,000 cows just died. They said it was from the heat originally.
It was from the Chinese aliens.
Monkeypox, homie.
Monkeypox. All right, let's get into fuck out of here segment because I got a good one.
I'm ready
this
to get
week.
the fuck out of here.
All right,
Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
All right, Mr. Biden, you're up first. You're up first because you don't have one?
Well, I have one. You better vote Republican or get the fuck out of here.
Okay, well, there you go. There's the weakest fucking one ever. Go ahead.
2 years of it.
All right, Messiah, you got one?
Yes. So my fuck out of here is this, right? If we wanted to talk about a topic without giving spoilers, and the show was fucking today, why didn't we talk about episode?
All right, so we're muting him from his fuck out of here because it was, again, I have control over everything.
Wait, so my fuck out of here is this. If you didn't watch episode 6 of fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi and it kept us from talking about it because it was a fucking awesome episode, fuck out of here. You should have watched it already.
Next week. We're going to talk about it next week. All right, so here's my fuck out of here. All right, I swear. So, like 2 days ago, I go home for lunch because I live close enough to work. I get an hour lunch, right? So I come home for lunch. I try to eat and I let my dog out because unfortunately, for those of you who don't know, maybe, and nobody's watching, so nobody's gonna know, but my dogs, I got them together and they were been together their whole lives. About 2.5 months ago, right, Messiah? My dog died.
Yeah, just about.
Right. Very emotional, very hard time. So I got one dog left. So I come home every day at lunch and let her out because I feel bad she's alone. And it's a very emotional thing. So very rarely, sometimes she can't make it to her normal shit spot and she shits a little bit beforehand. But I live in a cul-de-sac of quadplexes, meaning like it's not duplexes. There's 4 people connected. None of us own this property. It's all rented. What's that?
I said, we know what quad means.
Okay. Fuck off. Anyway, so I'm walking my dog, and my dog happens to not be able to make it to our normal shit spot and drops a deuce in this, like, near the street of this yard. So this guy comes out, I guess, and starts picking it up. And as I'm walking by, this dude decides that he wants to come and start some shit with me. Okay. So this dude literally gets up in my shit, in my grill, and starts threatening to make me dog shit if I don't pick up my dog's crap from his yard. Okay. Smell like booze. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. This guy smells like. What's up?
I said, I bet you wish you had a gun on you.
Hold on. Let me finish because it ties into that, actually. So I'm literally trying to explain to the guy, like, dude, step the fuck back. First of all, you don't know me. Don't get up in my face like this, right? And I'm like, dude, I was trying to, I'm an adult. Like, if you got an issue, if you come and talk to me, I'll understand. Like, I'm not a prick. Okay, cool. I get it. I won't do it again. I get it. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's my bad. It's my fault. This dude comes at me and fucking starts shit with me from the fucking get-go. And I'm just sitting there trying to talk to the guy because I got to go back to work. And mind you, I'm in my work uniform, so I'm not allowed to start a confrontation because if it gets known at work that I did this in my work shirt, I will be fired from my job.
That you stopped somebody.
That I dropped somebody. You know, I could lose my job. I ain't trying to lose my job. I need my job. Yeah, so I'm trying to be the bigger person. Hey, man, do me a favor. Calm down. This dude just won't stop. So I start walking away and this guy follows me. So we go from in front of his front yard to the next quadplex's front yard. And then I'm the next one down. And there's these two kids. And I say kids because they're way younger than me. But one kid has like a kid or something, a wife or a girlfriend at least. And they're out there chilling, and they literally got to the point they got so fed up with this guy treating me like being such an asshole that they literally walked out and got in the middle of this shit. Now, granted, I don't know these guys at all, had no interaction with them. Literally come up to the dude and said, "Yo, step the fuck back. You need to calm the fuck down. All right, you don't be talking to people like this on this block. This isn't how we run shit." And here's the reason: literally 3 months ago, this dude came up to this dude and started coming at him, was ready to beat his ass. This dude pissed his pants and held his dog. He's like, dude, why don't you go put your dog away? Come at me. Dude wouldn't do shit, right? He got so scared, I'll admit, not of me. I'm not an intimidating person. So he got so scared of this other guy that came up to him. You know what he does? He pulls out his fucking concealed weapon and says, you come at me again.
The drunk gun? The drunk guy?
The drunk guy pulls out his gun on this guy and points at him. The guy looks at him and says, do something with it then. Like literally saying, dude, you ain't a fucking badass. But this guy wants to come at me because I tried to literally, dude, come on, fuck out of here. All right. Like come at me. Like how hard is it at this day and age to come at somebody and say, hey man, can I talk to you for a minute? What's up? Dude, it's been like 3 times in a year your dog shit in my yard. Because that's what he said. He told the guy, well, this happened 3 times. I've lived here for a goddamn year. 3 times in a goddamn year, my dog accidentally shit in your yard. You can't walk up to me like a fucking man.
I'm on this guy's side.
Huh?
I'm on this guy's side.
I know you would be. I knew you would be. You can't walk up to me like a man and just be like, excuse me. Dude, no offense. Like, dude, I don't appreciate your dog shit in the yard. Can you do me a favor? Can you pick it up? Like, just don't do that anymore.
You got a big dog or a little dog?
Dude, this dog is 12 pounds.
Oh, so it takes big elephant shits in this dude's yard.
Yeah, the 12-pound dog takes elephant shits, you fucking idiot. Okay? My point is this. How hard is it to you to walk up to somebody and have a goddamn normal...
Well, like, hey, but he's drunk, bro.
I get it. But my point, this is what pissed me off. I'm not saying I wasn't in the wrong for my dog doing it. But be a fucking man. To me, that's not being a man. Being a man is walking up to somebody and having a fucking man-to-man conversation and not trying to think that because you're a little bitch and your girl don't want to fuck you and you got a small dick, they're going to prove your fucking strength.
I don't know this guy.
Dude, anybody who does that has is a fucking small dick.
No, but let me ask you this. Is he the one who pulled out the gun?
Yes.
See, that's my issue.
That's my point.
My issue is this: there's
people
like that, but there's people like that that shouldn't have a gun.
You're so pathetic that you can't literally just walk up to a person and say, "Hey, man, can I talk to you man to man?" Yeah, man, what's up? Hey, dude, I don't appreciate your dog taking a shit in the yard and you not picking it up. You know what, man? I apologize. I'm on my lunch break. I got a very short time, but you know what? Because you'll talk to me like a man, I'll take care of it. You know what I'm doing now? I'm going to very soon collect every dog shit in the neighborhood because tens of dogs shit in this neighborhood and nobody picks it up. I'm going to put them all in a big bag. I'm going to put them on his front porch. I'm going to light it. I'm going to fucking knock on his door and I'm going to fucking haul ass. Let him fucking see how that shit.
What are you, 12?
Stream that. That'll get you views.
Yeah, that real, right? Yeah, let's stream that shit.
What are you, 12?
Hey, you know what? Fuck off. All I can say is fuck out of here with that shit.
But see, that's guys like that do not deserve the right to bear arms.
How
Because
yeah.
First thing you do.
My neighbor who I don't even fucking know, dude. These kids I don't even know them. 2 black kids were hanging out, don't even know them. Right? He comes up and says, "Dude, he's fertilizing your yard for you, dude." Listen. These guys had no reason to step in and have a conversation on my behalf. This guy was being so absurd and so obnoxious that they couldn't even handle it. That's how bad it was. That they couldn't even take it. They're like, dude, let's step in and talk to this and fucking go after this guy because this guy's being so unreasonable.
You taking your dog a different route to shit now?
Oh, no, I take it right through that yard. Fucking right through it.
But wait, let me ask you this. Why don't you walk around with fucking shit to pick up your dog shit? Anyway.
Because every yard I've seen has dog shit in it. So why would I be the only one? The first 6 months I was there, I was the only one picking up dog shit. I'm like, well,
so you continue doing it. So you continue doing it.
Things because everybody else does it.
Exactly. What the fuck?
Come on.
Listen,
you're better than that. You are better than that.
I'm not.
I bet you don't fucking fix your divots in the fairway either.
I don't.
I knew it. Son of a bitch.
I don't fix that shit at all. Hey, I don't even have a tool. I don't even have a tool to fix them on the green. When my shit hits the green and sticks, not my problem.
I can't imagine you hit too many greens though.
Wow. Okay. I bet you I'll beat your ass in golf.
We'll play one day.
All right, we will. I'm gonna meet up with you. You're in Orlando area, aren't you?
Yeah, Winter Garden.
Oh, dude, I used to work there.
Well, so. You know where it is then.
Yeah, know where it is then. All right, man. That's been another episode of Generation Shock. You guys got anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
No. Thank you for the viewers. Thank you for Joe Biden joining us today.
Damn it, I was hoping Biden was going to say something first. I
know because you wanted to fucking hang up on me. That's what you always do. Cut off the show.
What's that, Biden? So go ahead. Give everybody your world's opinion. Go buy guns. Vote Republican. And
don't vote Republican, but pay attention. Not like you, who's oblivious. Just pay attention. We could have had a gay crackhead as our governor.
I don't vote. I
don't care about the gay part, but the crackhead part's pretty.
I don't vote. I don't vote. I don't believe in voting. I'm not going to fucking be a part of the.
Good for you, because I know which way you would vote. You stay out of this.
All right. With that being said, thank you all for viewing. Biden, don't go anywhere yet. We're going to end the show, but stay on for a second. Right. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night.
We got the rights.